What up, good people? This Big A. Hey, weighing in once again. Hey, this is going to be part two of a series. It's going to be 4 or 5 parts. I haven't decided. I hope not to go on with too much rambling, but this is real talk from mature men about, what's happening in this world. This is my 2 cents on that whole nickel and dime piece. The young folks like to say dime piece. They got them a dime. We used to say, she's a 10. The truth is, some people wouldn't know a 10 if you hit them in the head with a whole roll of dimes. But, we're talking about what a 10 is. The thing is that you can't judge a 10 when you just see somebody walk by. If a woman just walked by, how can she be a 10? Maybe her shell is a 10, but you're talking about the whole person? Man, I've seen some women that may look like they're a 10 as far as their shell is concerned, but the moment they open their mouth, they're a 1 or a 2. Some of the harshest, meanest, rudest things come out of their mouth. That's not a 10. That's a 1. Let me get a little drink here. I'm kind of parched. Anyway, as we're talking about, you can't judge a book by a cover. That's what we used to say, that is. You need to adjust your measuring stick if you're trying to measure a 10. You're trying to measure a dime piece. I mean, some things may look beautiful. A lion is a beautiful creature. But laying on the inside is a beast, and it will tear your ass apart. Okay? I love this movie, Shallow Hal, because Shallow Hal kind of, gave you an idea of what a man saw when he looked at a woman through his heart. When he let his guards down and really looked at a woman. Also, I like this movie, Avatar, because Avatar, the natives of this world, they were real spiritual. And these natives had a saying. They did something with their hands like that, and they said, I see you. And the narrator, the person that was speaking, explaining this thing, would let you know that when they said, I see you, it went beyond what you saw visually. It's telling the person, I see you, mean, I see you. I see within you. I see what of you. I see what you're made of. I thought that was deep. That, maybe it's just me, but I thought that whole part about the movie was deep. Wouldn't it be nice if we could approach each other like that with, I see you. We open our eyes and truly see a person for what they are, who they are, what they do in life. Man, I can remember this girl, a friend of mine. I can mention her first name was Mary. I ain't going to mention my friend because there were many Marys in my life growing up. And if I mentioned a guy, he or she would know exactly who I'm talking about. But most guys looked at him and thought, man, she's a little bit overweight. But I used to look at her and think, man, he got himself a 10. Because Mary was the sweetest, most intelligent, loving, kind, wonderful. I mean, she could light up a room when she opened her mouth, when she walked into a room. I mean, this girl, she could cook. She kept an immaculate home. And she had her own home at a very young age. I mean, during that time, she couldn't have been no more in her early 20s. But she kept an immaculate home. She had a pretty decent job, I think, at that time. She could sing. She played instruments. Like I said, she could cook. I didn't know what, if anything, she couldn't do. And in my mind, that was a 10. As well as she took good care of herself. And she took good care of her man. I couldn't tell you today whether or not, he ever married that woman, but I tell you, he should have. If he didn't, he was a fool. If he didn't, she's somewhere making some man really happy. Because, I mean, her heart was beautiful. And as far as I was concerned, she was beautiful too. Anyway, we all know, well, no, we don't all know, because not everybody is spiritual with theirs. There are some people, I don't know how, but there's some people in this day and age that they don't have a clue. They don't, but they either don't believe in God, or they'll tell you they believe in God, but they don't have a relationship with God. I don't know how you function like that. I can't tell you, but I can tell you this, though. The devil can appear as anything. A serpent can appear as anything. So you may see some people out there that may look like one thing to the eyes, but there could be something else underneath. As well as these days, some of the time, some of what some of these women are doing to themselves, man, it's the eyelashes, the hair, the false butt. They have, implants. They have fake everything. I'm not saying sometimes you got to do that. I mean, some people get injured. They need some repair work done. Some women have cancer. They need reconstructive surgery. That's reasons for everything. And I'm not even saying it's not good for a woman to put a little makeup on, do her hair. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do. But I see you. I see through that. A lot of men do see through that. We think you're beautiful with or without it. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of y'all attempts of going all natural is just taking that shit too far. Okay, this is 2018. You're going to get pissed when I say this, but we're not back in Africa. Okay, we done came a long way. And them styles aren't made for everybody. Sure, there's some women that can go natural and look cute as hell. There are women that can go bald and look good. I know what I'm talking about. But baby, not everybody can do that. Just like everybody can't wear spandex. That shit ain't meant for everybody. Purple lipstick isn't meant for everybody. Stay in your lane. That's what I like to say. And I know some of you do that because you want to be seen. It's too much. Excessive anything is too much. 35 earrings in one ear is too much. Piercing your eyes, your eyelids, your nose, your lip, your tongue. Come on. Tattooing your neck, your face. Putting some guy's name on your chest. I mean, come on now. You can't think that's attractive. And if that's cool or hip, if that's what's happening, I would suggest you watching too many videos, okay? You're looking at too much of that hip-hop shit. I like hip-hop too, but I realize that that's a job to them. They doing all that shit to make their money. You ain't making no money doing that. And you can't think, okay, that everybody's going to look at that and they're going to think it's okay. You can't think that that's going to get you in the door of good jobs. That's going to get you promoted as president of somebody's company. I mean, it might if you with some hip, cool. There's always, exception to the rule, but we're talking about in general. But anyway, I digress, okay? Let's get back to the crutch of things here, what we're talking about. I suggest, that God didn't make no mistakes. When he made you beautiful. I remember when I was a young man, I thought as a young man, I used to look at some girls and think, she's beautiful, she's not. She's good looking, she's not. But going back now, I look at some of these same girls that I didn't think measured up. And man, I'm thinking, what was wrong with me? Because these are beautiful women. Some of these women that I thought didn't measure up to other women. To me, I look at these same girls and they look like the ones I should have been looking at. But, I guess that's a sign of the times. We have a tendency to try to follow the in crowd, try to follow everybody else's thinking. The thing is, you guys are doing too much of that now. You're taking things too far, okay? I would say, to get back to the point where I was getting at, being a good person, showing your talents, that's what makes you shine like a brand new penny. How you handle your finances and how do you handle your job, how you treat your parents, how you treat your kids, how you treat people in general, others in general, how you show love to, other people in this world. I suggest, you got to get your own shit together. You can't help me with my stuff if you ain't got your stuff together, My pastor used to say something, what would he say? My words is, that if you don't deal with your shit will deal with you, but he didn't put it like that. I think he used to say something like, you handle your mess or your mess will handle you. And I'm not saying that everybody is kind of lost these days. I know there's some young men and some young women that really got it together, but I'm seeing too many of you youngsters, you young adults that are just aimlessly wandering around. And I don't understand it at your age. You're doing shit at your age at 20, 30, 40 years old that we got by at 18. So I don't understand that, And I'm not saying it's everybody, because I know a young girl, and this is not somebody back in the day. This is current. I know somebody only like a year ago, 22-year-old girl that bought her own house. And no, she didn't come from a wealthy family. She went to work right after high school and worked her way up in a small bank, financial institution, saved up all her money. Her dream was to become a homeowner. And by the time she was 22, she bought her own home. I also knew a young man that is 16. He knew his parents couldn't buy a car. For him, they couldn't afford it. So he cut yards, washed cars in his neighborhood and saved up and bought his own car. This is something that we did back in the 60s and 70s. Okay, some of that is still happening. There's still some people out there, some youngsters out there that know they got to get out there and get it. And that's what they're doing. They're getting out there and get it. And this young man, I just heard from his mom that he just closed on his own home. He's 24 now. And he just closed on his own home at 24. Working hard, working for a police department. Not a police officer. He works in, a mechanic shop doing maintenance or something. But this is what we're talking about. He doesn't have an education. Neither does a young lady I just mentioned. But they know how to get out there and get theirs. To me, that's attractive. That's what makes a 10 to me, okay? These are attractive people. People who keep their mess under control. People who have ambition. People who know they need to keep it straight. They need to pay their bills. They don't need to be out there wilding, which is keeping them out of trouble. They just know they need to do adult things. If they want to live like an adult and be respected as an adult, they need to do adult things, okay? The Bible says something about, when I was a boy, I did things of a boy. I was a child. When I was a child, I did things of a child-like. Now I'm a man. So I do things like a man, and that means for a woman too, The norm almost seems to be slackers these days. I'm sorry for the young ladies if this is what y'all got to choose from. I would say y'all need to just wait. If that's all you got to choose from, okay, Y'all need to wait. And same thing with the men. If that's all y'all need to choose from, y'all just need to wait. I always would say, and I heard, this is not my original saying, I heard this somewhere else, you know. You want a good woman, you want a good man. Don't go out looking for that. First, make yourself a good man. Or first, make yourself a good woman. And a good man will come to you. Or, you know, if you want to look at this in a theological way, God will send you a good man or a good woman once you get your act together. And this doesn't mean that everybody's meant to have somebody. I don't want to, let me throw a disclaimer out there because I know people are going to be putting comments or, I've been alone for 30 years. Okay. God has a path for everybody. But I truly believe everybody's meant to have love in their life. And there's somebody out there for everybody. But young people, y'all gonna have to get it together. You young ladies, stop settling for guys who are getting too damn old to be partying all the time, hanging with their homies, and have no drive, no ambition, have just jerked off their 30 years of their life, okay, and falling behind the curve. You know, guys, you don't have to settle for that either. There's some good women out there. There's some good men. You might need to stop looking so much with your eyes. Start looking with your heart. Okay? There's some good men out there and there's some good women out there. You need to learn how to really measure a good man or a good woman. You need to really learn how to know a dime when you see a dime, okay? A dime piece is more than a big fat ass. A dime piece is more than some guy walking around swole, okay? It's more than some green eyes on this guy. He got green eyes, daddy. Okay, and he's swole. He works out. That ain't a dime piece. A dime piece is more than somebody with a car. Oh, don't get me wrong. If the brother ain't got a car, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. I had a car when I was in high school that I bought myself. And I don't remember a time when I didn't have a car. I don't understand that either. And I know things happen. I'm not talking about the ones who lost their job and so they lost their car and so they got to get their act back together. That shit happens. We all need help sometimes. I'm talking about the ones for no reason whatsoever ain't got a car. Women, you don't need to be riding some guy around. Really? Yeah, if they just got out of high school and they're saving for their car, okay. But damn. And guys, come on now. You ain't gotta be selling for girls who they got a big butt, but they don't know how to clean a house, they don't know how to cook, they can't keep a job. Come on now. You don't have to settle for that. Y'all got to get it together. You need to learn how to measure, really measure up. And all it's about, I can't find a good man, I can't find a good woman, that's bull. Lots of good men and good women out there, okay? We're going to cover some subject matter like that in some of the following videos I'm going to post out here. We're going to cover some things like that, like some basic adult skills. That's going to be one we're going to hit on, you know. Even where to find a mate. I'm going to tell you ladies where to find a mate. As well as I'm going to tell you guys where to find a mate. Yeah, you can do some of it on the internet, but I'm going to tell you, that shit don't work that often. I don't care what they tell you on television. It's easier when you meet somebody person to person. And no, the church ain't always a place to be hunting. Now, church, first of all, the church is not no hunting grounds. You go to church to worship, not to hunt for a mate. Yes, you might find a mate in the church, but you might also find a serpent in the church. Okay? And finally, we're going to talk about what you need to do after you meet that special person. Okay? We're going to talk about things like having the guy on standby, and women have men having the women in rotation. We're going to talk about that. Yeah, I'm guilty. A lot of us are. But we were truthful about ours. We just told a woman, we want to be friends. And yes, we got other friends. We were truthful with our shit. I'm not talking about lying to the girl and telling her she's your one and only, and you having 3, 4, 5 more in rotation, okay? That's not no real OG shit there. If you got to lie about your game, you got no game whatsoever. So anyway, Big A is not going to tie you up too much longer. I don't want to make these videos too long. But this Big A, stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, hit that little subscribe button down there. Ring that bell so you can get some notifications when I put new videos out here. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. I got a lot of stuff I want to weigh in on because I've been hearing shit. And I've been just keeping quiet. But old folks used to try to, keep us grounded. I think, maybe that's what I need to be doing is saying my piece. Maybe I can help somebody. Did I just help somebody out there? Hey, I might just help you, didn't I? Okay? So don't forget, look at men and women for a whole bunch of stuff. And then when they say they don't do adult shit, don't have basic adult skills, okay? They don't vote. What kind of shit is that? You don't vote? How can you be an adult and you don't vote? I don't care what your excuse is. That's the only time when really your opinion matters. And you don't use it, and you're not no adult. Not in my book. Anyway. Not gonna keep you, hung up, every day, it's a lifelong journey. Let me just say that first, don't worry about it, Life, just like being a Christian, is a lifelong journey. Okay. You just keep living, keep breathing, and you're gonna get there, You still got time. If you're breathing and you're living, you still got time. Every day I try to become a better man. Every day I try to become a better Christian. So, I do it for my wife. I do it for my God especially, but I also do it for my wife, my parents, my kids. I do it for my country. Hell, I do it for my job. I do it for you, for the young brothers and sisters out there who need some help, who need to be schooled a little bit, who need somebody to drop a little science on them. So this Big A, I'm signing off. Stay tuned, because I'm going to always tell it like it is. And not everybody's going to like what I have to say, but don't get salty now. I'm just trying to help you. We'll be talking to you soon, all right? All right now. Y'all be good.